Okay, this is part 3 of your English language paper 2 walkthrough, and we are now on to question 3. The amazing thing about this question, or rather one of the many amazing things about this question, is that it tests the exact same skills as question 2 on paper 1. The examiner wants you to think about how the writer has used language to create a meaning or an effect or to describe. And you'll be very glad to know that I'm now using one of my 3 highlighters, but a different colour to question 2. So on our question 3, I'm now highlighting those key command words from the examiner. So I know that I'm looking at source A with a really specific range of lines. This question looks slightly different to question 2 on paper 1 in that you aren't given the extract on the page and you do have to refer to the source booklet. The question is always phrased, how does the writer... And remember, how is our AO2 methods? So for this, we have to consider keywords, phrases, things like metaphors, similes, adjectives. And the rest of this question is about description. So that is our focus. This question is actually worth 12 marks on this paper. And so we get 15 minutes writing time. I'm focusing really specifically on this paragraph. So I'm going to use my ruler to again track the text, to decode. And then I can really focus on the different methods that the writer has used to build meaning to describe. I'm highlighting any keywords and phrases here that I really like, and I might group some of them together. I might look at them in isolation. I'm trying to find roughly 3 quotations or 3 groups of quotations that I can explore for this question. To get up into level 4 for this question, the examiner wants you to be really perceptive and thoughtful. And the best way to do that is to make sure that we are saying 3 things about 3 things. If you pick a quotation that you can't say much more than 1 comment on, I would pick a different one and find something, as Miss Bowden would say, that is really juicy to say. We're focusing on adjectives. We might focus in on semantic fields, metaphors, similes. As you can see, I'm now writing some sentence openers. And I've used the writer's name, but you can also just say the writer. And I'm making sure that I'm embedding my quotations. Like I said, between 3 to 4 quotations is a really, really good amount to use for this paper. You have got 15 minutes, probably writing time about 12 minutes. So we're making sure we're utilising that, considering the effect on the reader. And if we can use subject terminology, that's even better. One of the things that you could do for revision is the Pomodoro method, making sure that when you write, you give yourself a little break and then carry on writing. Another way to revise for this question, aside from just doing practice papers and practice answers, is to really revise your subject terminology and what that looks like in an extract. For this question, we need to make sure that we are doing past papers, past questions. We are using our phones, our watches, or just using the kitchen clock to set ourselves timers. No more than 15 minutes, and be really, really strict with yourself on this unless you get extra time, in which you will adjust accordingly. On Google Classroom, there are some past papers in that big PowerPoint that I've mentioned in my other videos. There are also lots of sentence stems with top tips, time reminders on a Word document that is also on Google Classroom. And if you want something more than just writing, but you're still revising, Mr. Brough and Mr. Sal's are really great options. They provide great top tips, and they quite often link past papers in their descriptions on their YouTube videos.